Hello people, welcome to a new video. This one is going to be focus on Power BI with regards to the LinkedIn Easy Apply bot we built or used actually in the previous video. The idea actually came to me when I thought it's a good idea to monitor the performance or the outcome of this bot. And as you can see here, I have a couple of dashboard or monitors where I can see which part of the world my bot is applying, although it is my own configuration, but still I want to keep an eye, right? And then it tells me what are the top 10 titles which the bot has applied for me. In fact, I did my configurations correctly, but still this bot was applying for some unwanted job, which is executive assistant. I am not one of those. I had this in the blacklist, but then I realized, for example, I had to have it in the quotes. So that's how I figured out one potential wrong applications that bot was doing for me. And then I have some other metrics, like for example, how many jobs on a daily basis this bot is applying for me. It gives me a good idea. Then total number of jobs applied, countries covered, average jobs per day, and so on. So that's the topic of this video. I will show how I was able to build this. Before I go into there's a small announcement I would like to make, that this is actually bot in action, so let it work. I basically copied the repository of this guy Madingas, and I copied into my own repository. I will share the link in the description of this video. You can download if you want to. Pretty much it's the same thing, but for the purpose of this dashboard, I decided to make one small change in the code. I've requested this guy to to merge or adopt my change. So far it's pending, been like a week or something. But anyways, as you can see here, I just added one line, one small change in the code to log that time. I'll go there, I'll show you. So you can see here one small change here to record date and time, and then also I'm writing the same in the log file or the CSV file that the bot is creating. Now let's go to the CSV file. As you guys have been using this bot, you can see the bot will be creating some output files by country or by region. In my case, I have like a couple of countries, so it's making one file for each country. All right, so once we go there, so here you can see the bot has been like programmed to record the company name, the title, and the URL, and then it records the location, right? Now these, in the original version of the bot by this guy, he don't have mechanism to record the time when the job was applied. So I just changed, as I showed in the just a couple of seconds ago. I made a small change in the code, and now the bot is recording time. So for example, this job was applied on 20 Feb, and this is the time. So that's additional functionality I did. If you want to use my repository, you can do the same. You just need to download the code and copy your previous config to the new downloaded folder, and it should run out of the box. All right, so now with this aside, let's go to the Power BI. So what I'm doing here, Power BI, by the way, is a free software. The desktop version is free. You can download it from the Microsoft website or Microsoft Store. And what I'm doing here, I'm using a couple of visualizations. Very easy to set up. You can use this if you're a finance guy or business owner, or you have a business, whatever you want to monitor, you can use this Power BI and just click and run. So here, for example, I have one visualization for world map, which is coming from there. Then I have one visualization or chart, which is the bar chart, coming from there as well. So all we need to do to tell Power BI to pick up data from these output files created by the bot. So let's have a quick look how I did that. Let's open a blank Power BI window. So when you run for the first time, it's something like this. From there, we'll tell Power BI to get data. And from here, we know that this is Excel CSV or Excel comma separated values, right? So we'll just go there to get data, and then from there we'll go to CSV. Then we for example, let's do it for one country, because the bot is logging all the countries in the same way. So if we just do it for one country and replicate for other countries, it's gonna work for all. So I'll just right click and copy, this file, and then I'll go there and control V to paste the location of this file. As you can see is there, Australia output CSV. I'll just open it, and then it will open the Power BI, the Power Query window. Now it is giving me a preview what my initial data looks. It's not super clean. We know we have some garbage data like blank rows, and then so we'll see actually. So let's, instead of loading, we will click on transform data, because we need to do a cleanup operation before we are able to use this for visualizations. And so yeah, so let's do the first step, and we can see it's been loaded. So in my opinion, the best line to remove the blanks would be this column. So before we do that, actually, let's yeah, okay, so we don't have headers, so we need to give heading names. So anyways, let's do the first step, which is to remove blanks. So we'll uncheck, and you can see the step has been created automatically by Power BI. So next time you refresh your dashboard, for example, let me take one step back. Oops, okay, so I'll have to close it. If I go there, if I refresh, the Power BI goes out to each country and applies all the steps that I have that I'm going to show in the new dashboard that we are building. So there, let's open the transform again. We still need to do some steps. So first of all, we removed the blanks. All right, this is one way, or we can also go to go to top. Then we can remove blank rows, and then we need to promote, because we need to have proper names. The column 1, column 2 name doesn't work, it doesn't make sense. So let's do it, let's do a better job. We'll just double click here, we'll call it company, we'll call it title or job title, then this is the URL, this is the location, and this one, the last column, would be our date. Now if you see here, it is ABC. It means it's not for, in the eyes of Power BI, it's not a date, it's a text something, right? So to have a proper graph, we need to convert this into date or time. So this is correct, is text. All of these in fact are correct. All of these should be, if we just click here, we can see its data type is text. So it makes sense. Only we need to change this one. And for that, we will click on date, and then we'll select parse. And once we do that, since we know that we have a couple of rows, this null is expected, fine to accept. And here we can see we have dates now. Feb 22, and if I go down, I might see other 23 as well. All right, so now our data is ready, and now we will click on file, close and apply. So we are able to load the data into our dashboard. All right, so our data is there. Now let's do the first thing. You can use any, by the way, if you want to change the format or the, what do you call it, the color scheme, you can go there in the view and select the one you like. I prefer to have darker shades, so I'll just select the dark one, and then let's have one map. So click on world. Here you will see this blank map. You can put it there anywhere you like, and then in location, I will just drag location there, and then in the bubble, I will put maybe the count of bubble, so count of URL. So you can see it shows which part of Australia this bot has applied for me. And we can change the names, it's not a big deal. We'll just for example, we can type title, so we can just type, or we can just turn it off. Actually, we don't need to show the title, just turn it off. All right, so that's better, much cleaner. And then let's say I want to see which are the top 10 titles the bot applied for me. So for that, I would like to have this bar chart. We can put it anywhere. So I will just drag job title into y-axis, and then I want to divide this chart by actually no, I'll put it there in the x-axis maybe. Oops, sorry, actually I have to select the wrong the other visualization, so I'll select the table instead of, yes, that's better. So it is showing me all the let me make it a bit bigger, easier for your eyes. So I'll just type font size, I'll make it 15. So you guys I think see a bit better that it is showing me all the titles it has applied for me over the since it's been running. All right, so and then I don't want to see the whole list, I just want to see the top 10. So for that purpose I will in fact change the from table to matrix, and then it gives me one more option to add column. So in the column I will add again, not the top title, let's add a URL, and then here I will say right click, and somehow it's not working, so let's put it there. Sorry, not in the columns, I want to put in the values, and there I want to count that how many jobs it applied for me. So here we can see how many jobs or X number of jobs it has applied for me. We can sort it by right clicking on top, or sorry, the whatever you call it, left click, sorry. So it tells me the number of jobs that has applied for me, and now I want to just see the top 10. All right, so for that we will apply a filter. So I'll click on this visualization, then I will go to this filters section. Here I can see the various filters. Now in the count I will just drop down, and there I would say top n. Basically I'll go to all right, so I'll go to this one, job title, and I will change to top n, and in the top n I will just say top 10, and I'll apply. Top 10 by what? So by top 10, let's say job title, and I will change it to count, and then top 10 I'll apply, and this list is now reduced to top 10 only. And again, just to make it look good, I will click on the header of the column to sort it by highest value first. So that's one thing. And now let's have let's say for example, let's see how many jobs it has applied for me over the time. So for that I will use time series. It's better if we use a line chart. Here I will just drag the date in the x-axis, and in the y-axis I will let's take job title. All right, so it shows me count of job title. So it tells me if I just make it a bit bigger so you can see, so it tells me how number of jobs applied on each day. I'm not running it regularly, you know, like for example I'm making this video, so the bot is running, so that's why you see spikes and it tanks in some cases when I'm not running. All right, so this is done. You guys can make it beautiful. It's just drag and drop. I'm just doing it on the run very quickly. Okay, and what else we should put here? Let's take top 10 companies maybe. So for that we will use pie chart, and then there we'll put the values maybe. No, it doesn't work. Yeah, so it works actually. I'll put in the legend, but it looks quite ugly. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, so let's see if our date bot applied. Or in fact, let me do something useful. So let's delete this one. Let's see. Let's say if we want to see how many total jobs applied by the bot, so we will create a measure. We'll right click and new measure, and there we will just say the total job equal to, it is sum of let's say, basically not sum, is count of job title. So we just type this and enter, so we can see total jobs here. And we will create a card. It's there, and in the card we'll drag and drop the measure we created. So for Australia, the bot has applied for me exactly 956 jobs. And now let's say we want to calculate the average jobs per day. For that, we will create one more measure. So let's call it average jobs per day equals to, so we need to have a time difference between the first job and the second job, right? So for that, let's define a variable. Let's call it the first date. I hope it works, by the way. And it would be minimum of day when X actually, and the table we have output Australia, and expression is date. Why it is not appearing? Oh, it's there at the bottom. And then we'll just say return. So this will calculate or find the lowest date, which is going to be the 20 Feb, the first date, I mean, when we started to use the bot, at least based on my code. And then we'll define one more variable called last date. It's going to be same thing. In this case, we'll use max. Let's see if it is available without using, oh yes, there. So we don't need to use X actually. I can just do it like this. So we have our variables defined. So I will have let's say now I want to divide total number of jobs, which is total jobs, divided by the difference between last date minus first date, and let's see if it works. And again we will create we'll create one more card and we'll try to drag it down there. Yeah, so that's an average number of jobs per day. And then you can keep going on the way you want to design your dashboard. I'll keep this video short, as long as you get an idea, that should be it. So this one is a brief the introduction to Power BI. It's a great tool to automate your reports and monitor the performance of your team, your sales, profitability, and whatever you can imagine. In my case, I'm using this to monitor the performance of my bot. I just want to keep an eye on how this tool is doing. So far, very satisfied with the outcome. I did get approached, a few recruiters approached me, but unfortunately I don't have work permit for Australia as well as Canada, so we could not break a deal. One recruiter yesterday also contacted me from Ireland, but as soon as they realized I'm not an EU citizen nor I have a work permit, they apologized and backed off. But anyways, this is a fun project. I'm at least learning about Python and now Power BI just because of this bot. I hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.